I kind of wanted to go into what I don't like about the trailer, about the show visually, because as far as we don't know the story yet, um, we don't know the characters, so we can comment on that as much as we want. But what we do know is what the show's going to look like
Yeah.
visually, and this doesn't look like Lord of the Rings at all. This looks like a cutscene in a video game, which I've said before. It's what they did with The Hobbit. They don't look like real human beings. They look like, if you probably don't know what I'm talking about, but if anyone listening has seen like the World of Warcraft expansion trailers,
It kind of does look like WoW.
literally looks just like it. I mean, there's a difference there, but honestly, Galadriel doesn't look like a real person, and um,
In that one climbing scene where she's climbing up that
yeah, that's
cliff face.
she's
But
yeah.
I did hear that she's not gonna. I mean, that's obviously all CGI.
Yeah, this is CGI. Like this
That
has to
literally
be.
looks like Assassin's Creed.
It does. It looks like those like trailers that they release for video games before they come out and everyone gets hyped. Like, is the game really going to look like that? No, it's not going to look like that. But it,
Yeah, the cut scenes, the cutaway scenes would. So yes, go. There's a lot we can break down in the cinematography, but what we've always go back to is that shot. Go back to that the smoke rolling over the hills shot.
that's the kind of stuff we like to
See,
see.
that's what I like to see because that's not in studio. They went to I don't know where they went to. Kind of looks like Montana, but it's probably not. Probably like New Zealand, or it looks like it could be in like Japan or something.
I think that's probably actually, yeah, you might be right. But I don't think it's
But it doesn't
probably New
matter.
Zealand because
Yeah,
that's been set as kind of like the
yeah,
location of these films.
yeah.
But
But I like to see that. But then you go back and everything looks in studio, or like I mean, obviously that's still a really cool scene.
I've been dying, dude.
Um,
I've been of all the things I don't
yeah,
like about this show, I've always really wanted to see a dwarf city like
yeah.
in full flow, kind of like them really. I'm assuming this is a dwarf city. These look like dwarfs right here, but I really wanted to see kind of like what how the dwarves lived, but
Me too.
on screen.
Yeah, and in their heyday, in their prime, when they
Yeah,
are actually being smith or smithing or whatever you want to call it.
this
They
looks like Lord of the Rings to me. This
yeah
shot here, I think this is great
yeah I
because
like that.
you have this. This is I think to the left. It's so hard
That's
to tell. I think this is real.
that's like
I
a
think this is
miniature
all
model.
caught.
That's a miniature model, and then they green screen the rest of that to the
Yeah.
right.
So this looks absolutely
Beside they
amazing.
didn't obviously they didn't green screen down there, but then they green screened all that back there. But yeah, I like that too because I mean I cannot wait to see dwarves in their heyday. And because you always see like the remnants of what they've built, but you don't see it in action, like Mines
Yeah.
of Moria and stuff like that. But uh, I don't really like after just reading The Hobbit. I'm not like I don't really like dwarves that much because they're just selfish, greedy. Their minds just warped so easily. I mean, all they care about is gold, silver. Um, it's just they're not. I just can't resonate. I guess
Yeah, and apparently I think this is supposed to be um an elf.
he
That
is.
looks yeah, but
I
I
don't
don't
know
want
about
to
that. I don't
I
think
don't
so.
want
He's he
I'm scared to comment about a lot of stuff on the show because I've seen so many people like on TikTok and YouTube who just know so much about Tolkien's universe,
yeah.
and I'm pretty sure I've seen this guy labeled as an elf. Um,
I don't think so.
if it is, no, immediately, but
Yeah.
um, it might not be. So let's go to this shot of Galadriel here. This is the kind of stuff that drives me insane. Because th- it just doesn't look real.
It's not there's not moody. It's like a commercial shoot. It's like they lit it too well. There's no like contrast there. It's too I
It's
said it last
overlit.
time. It's too ethereal. It's too out of touch with what we know. We can't access whatever world they're trying to build here. That doesn't look real. I mean, that looks in studio. Looks like they threw a green screen behind them. They lit all them. way too damn much, and that's a pretty cool shot. But still, even that looks like a damn video game.
Yeah, that's my main issue with these new Lord of the Rings shows, especially like The Hobbit did. I've said that a lot, but The Hobbit did this is very similar in how they kind of have that orange yellow glow on every single shot.
With The
This night's
Hobbit,
cool.
though, yeah, with The Hobbit, though,
That's
The Hobbit, even when reading The Hobbit, I've said this before, but The Hobbit, kinda seemed a little more cartoony anyways, like, it wasn't meant to be, um, attainable, like, everything that they did in The Hobbit seemed like it was just too far-fetched to be, a real true place, like, but in the Lord of the Rings trilogy, it seemed like Middle Earth could have possibly been, like, a real true place, so you could see yourself in it. But with The Hobbit,
right.
I never really saw myself in it other than Hobbiton or the Shire.
The human eye can tell when something isn't lit in a natural way,
Yeah.
and it can tell whenever things are a little bit off. And
I actually like that. I like that
this
because
shot right here,
that was filmed on location somewhere.
yeah, this is. I think a show that I kind of go to often is Game of Thrones and how
Yeah,
they shot
talk
on
to him.
location a lot, and they kind of let the lighting of the location kind of dictate. I mean, it's pretty common. I mean, this is film stuff, but the lighting kind of dictates what it looks like on camera. It almost feels like they filmed somewhere in this show. Or in the Hobbits. They filmed somewhere and they're like, dang, I don't like the way that lighting looks. And they like added lighting in post. It's like,
So, what they're probably doing is they have such a large crew. They're overcomplicating each of these lighting setups. It doesn't have to be that difficult. Obviously, you have motivating light. You could see right there where those windows are coming in. They have that a big key light right there. They have the practicals in the background with the fire and that little ring light up there, the chandelier. A few other practicals, and they probably have a bunch of negative fill on the left side. They're probably just adding. I like this shot though. So this shot's incredible because
yeah, but we're
they
always
did
gonna
do
lie.
it. That too. I mean, I like that. I like a high. I don't know if it's a tracking shot because I can't really tell, but
I can play it real quick. I'll play it without the
like a
volume.
high wide. Yeah,
They're chasing after these guys.
I like a lot of these shots because all those are on set. It seems like, but right there, like if you go back to
It's really fast.
yeah, go back to when they're sitting around the table, right there. Yeah, see, like that's way too much light. Again, they're probably in like Rivendell or something,
That's true
or
because if the light is coming off
well,
these,
there's like a
then
chandelier in the middle, but you see right there, it just seems like everybody's lit too perfectly. There's no contrast.
yeah,
There's no,
you don't have to see everyone at the table. But I mean, I get that's why they're doing that. But like,
but it is an elven kingdom, so like usually everything's too perfect, anyways.
yeah,
It's
okay,
almost like yeah, heavenly. It
but
does seem like we're gonna get a lot of different um territories and terrains,
realms.
realms. Yes, that we're not we have not seen in the previous Lord of the Rings, which is gonna be cool.
That's honestly because I already know I don't like the way it's really shot. So, but other than a few, I mean, some shots are good. I'm honestly more excited about that than anything else.